My name is Joel Johnson. I'm a graduating senior, and I'd like to share with you a reflection and start by reading a passage from the Buddhist gosho. Those who believe in the Lotus Sutra are as if in winter, but winter always turns to spring. Never, from ancient times on, has anyone ever heard or seen of winter turning back into autumn. Nor have we ever heard of a believer in the Lotus Sutra who turned into an ordinary person. This is like a mirror. Even a tarnished mirror will shine if polished. A mind which presently is clouded by illusions originating from the innate darkness of life is like a tarnished mirror. But once it is polished, it will become clear like a jewel, reflecting the enlightenment of immutable truth. Arouse deep faith and polish your mirror night and day. Growing up, every mirror I looked at seemed to be tarnished. And whenever I tried to polish them, I would fail. These mirrors, these mocking reflections, weren't me. I would spend hours staring at a little mirror across from my bed, just wondering how a piece of shiny glass could be so distorted. Anyone who knows me knows where I'm going with this by now. Because that person I saw looking back at me was unhappy, was suicidal, was apathetic, and was a little girl. But winter always turns to spring, and everyone has that moment where the sun starts to shine, and the ice starts to melt. My sun came out when I did. One little sentence was a brilliant burst of warmth. I said, "Mom, I'm going to become a boy." When I came out as transgender, I decided to really come out. I wanted everyone to know who I was. I was ready to field questions and respond to criticism. Eventually, through making myself as open as possible, talking to newspapers, posting anecdotes online, and running a gay-straight alliance, I finally got the kind of questions I had been looking for. He was a freshman from a different state, and I was a junior. He contacted me on Facebook and asked how he should tell his parents. This is what I had been waiting for. Somebody needed my help. No more was I just a trans man and the only one in the school. Now I was trans man, savior of the day, leader to all caught between genders. I know it may sound a little pompous, but this is my story and I'm the hero. I picked up a few nicknames throughout the rest of the year. Papa Trans from the newbies in gay club. Mama Trans from the ones who knew me well enough that identifying male didn't make me any less of a mom. Trans Fran from, well, I'm not really sure where that one came from, but I certainly like it. The affectionate names turned an elephant in the room into a cosmic joke, as it should be. I became more accessible. I'm not the only transgender kid in the high school anymore, but I was the first. The school had its questions, and I had to make sure they were answered correctly. And I feel like those kids in my school who finally did come out had a safe place to come out to. And with my final moments of high school approaching, people need to know that this effort isn't just from me. It's from the parents who support their children no matter what. It's from allies like my siblings who have taken to spouting loudly about gay rights despite both being straight and cisgender. It's from my school board, who excitedly declared me a learning experience for the school and have listened patiently to all of my persistent raves about rainbow murals and starting more gay-straight alliances. I gave presentations in health class and lectures that startled passersby. If it were up to me, I would address a group every day. I just honestly feel like hearing first-hand experiences is the best way to help people understand. A mirror can be tarnished 100 different ways, and truth is always the best way to polish it. I've learned more about myself and about my community and about my life in the past 3 years than I could have ever imagined. And I'm not done yet. I'm just beginning this transition of mine. I'm still growing, gaining. I never could have made it this far without the community to lean on, without people to rely on, without support from all the amazing people here. Winter, for the first time ever, might have turned back into